Welcome. I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a kaleidoscope program, and this week we've been working on trying to capture the live camera feed, and eventually we'll make that go through the kaleidoscope rotations and so on. But getting the live camera feed the way we want it has been quite a trip. All right, I'm talking about independent images today because what we got before was we'd get a buffer, we'd get basically the raw video buffer from the camera, and we tried to put that into an image, which might work for 0 or 1 times, but the buffer is really being controlled by the video system and stuff like that. So we really need to make a copy of the buffer and build the image from that. Now we did find a way, so woohoo. Let's see. So experiment view. All right. So what we've done, we get the image buffer from the sample buffer, the CM sample thing. Core media is the CM, so it's a low level video feed buffer, and we build it into we build it into a CI image using the pixel buffer. Using the image buffer that's on that thing. I guess interpreting it as an image buffer. Then we take that, convert it to a CI image, and then we take that and convert it to a UI image and copy the whole thing and then get the ping data for it. So basically that's, I don't know if it's JSON exactly, but it can be shown as JSON. It's a stream of data ready to go. So let's see what they say it is. It's data, capital D data. Okay. And, you could send that over a network wire or something. It's not tied to existing buffers or anything. All right. And then we create the image that we show using ping data. Okay. And so it just converts that into a UI image. It's a standalone image. It's independent. We publish that as the core thing we're publishing is that image. Okay. So the problem we have is it's a little slow. It's noticeably jerky. The real video is very smooth. It's probably, I suspect it's like 50 or 60 frames a second. This one is probably more like 15. Okay. Cause it's taking the buffer, copying the stuff, copying the image, converting it to ping, converting it back from ping to regular. It's just too much for it. And it shows up that, the image is kind of jerking along a little bit. It's not terrible, and we could probably live with it. For our kaleidoscope, we could probably live with it. But yeah, I don't really want to. I want to do it a better way. But like any spike, right? You do a spike. The goal is to kind of like drive from one end to the other, and we've done that now. We've gotten from the camera feed into the UI image that we want. So we know it can be done, and now we have to improve the way we're doing it. And I see one thing already I can do. All right, let's see. I'm gonna plug things in. Unfortunately, the simulator has no camera, which really seems like a shortcoming. Ping data is probably compressed too. Yeah, it could well be. It's awkward. All right, now one thing is we're using this and we're copying this result image. I don't think we need to copy it. We're only using it temporarily enough to build the ping data. Okay. Conditional cast. Yeah, we just need result image. Okay, so we're cutting out a little bit. Okay, whoops, what was that? Probably employee tests finished. Oh, can I use optional shading, non-optional value? Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, so now we're just taking the image and getting the ping data from it. Now, Okay, let's see if this runs. Kaleidoscope would actually, okay. Yeah, I think I just interfered with my tests running on an iPhone, whatever. All right, but anyway, we've removed a copy of the whole image because we're not keeping that buffer around beyond this method. We're capturing it and then storing the ping data. So let's run that. I don't know. I probably should have run the baseline, but I think I know how jerky it was before. Okay, first off, well, I don't know why that's starting off so slow, but let's run on my iPad. Let's stop that one and start again. Okay, so I'm hoping one less copy will help. The next one is, well, we'll see about that. But if that does, I also want to see if CI image has a ping data method, because probably doesn't it? I mean, ping data, yeah. I mean, ping is, it's a compress. It's gives you some compression, right? So yeah, it's probably doubly compressed. All right. I think it's trying. First time is always so slow. All right. Now I also noticed that it's sideways, so I'm having trouble interpreting. And that's still a little jerky. I don't know if it. I don't know if that made much difference. All right. Let's stop that. Now let's look up CI image. I mean, I may be able to get TIFF data or something like that. I don't know if the cost of converting it is worth it. Okay, these are multiply changes, drawing, original image context, pixel buffer. Well, I think that's probably what we're doing. Okay, so let's convert CI image to raw data. Yeah, I think this is probably the right question. I want to convert CI image to data. I guess JPEG is going to be even slower. The 60 megabytes. Okay. It doesn't say in memory it's released. Well, that's not too promising. Can you make a CIV pixel buffer directly? Yeah, CI image to UI image is expensive. Okay. Create a CI context and render the image directly to your CV pixel buffer. I don't know how to initialize it. Coverage defers rendering until the client requests access. Ugh. Capture output function. CV buffer from CI image. And then what do you do with the buffer? Yeah, this looks pretty low level. So much delay if I use this solution. Okay, that's what we're trying to avoid. Here we go. That's probably the good way. You can get the raw data by calling this ugly mess. How to get UI image from this buffer pack. Well, it's hard to know what's quite right. There's a function called create CG image. Perhaps that's better. My concern is I'm not seeing it here. The image stuff really works hard to reuse buffers. I mean, understandably, because it's a huge, when you think about the cameras we have now, they're not 256 pixel cameras or anything, or 256 cells. It's 1920 by 1080 is 2000 times 1000, so 2 megabytes times however wide your stuff is, which if it's 32-bit color or something like that, it's 2 megabytes of data, and it could well be more. That's with no overhead at all. So copying a few megabytes around all the time is expensive. So but let's see if we can find it. Create CG image from. Okay. Renders a region of an image into a temporary buffer. You're responsible for releasing the image. Beta. Yeah, I don't know if that's just introducing another conversion from CI image to CG image and then onto UI image. Let's look at image itself. Image Swift UI. Maybe there's something we can do there. Okay, from string. There's UI image. That's what we're doing. No, we're doing CI image. Huh, I didn't see that one. Well, that's UI image. Okay, so UI image can create CI image, but okay. Yeah, that's true. It does sound like it makes a copy. Which is a good thing. But it also sounds like you have to track the copy and delete it, which if I'm willing to go that far, I probably could just duplicate the buffer, which I don't know what's involved in that. Image can take a CG image. Yeah. I mean, maybe that would be. I don't know the difference between CG image. What do we got? Image, UI image, CG image, CI image, and then the raw buffer. So, let's see. I mean, I also think going to ping data is kind of ridiculous. All right, let's look at that one again. Create CG image from. It's a little light. Return a region into a temporary buffer. It creates and returns a core image. You're responsible for releasing it when you no longer need it. Now, create CG image from what? Yeah. Render CI image 2, bitmap, unsafe, mutable, raw pointer. I mean, those make me a little nervous. It only has, 4 problems. It's unsafe, it's mutable, it's raw, and it's a pointer. Other than that, okay. Um, Render CI image to CV pixel buffer. Okay, well that sounds kind of promising. Although this is on create CG. Oh, see also. I mean, this sounds kind of like what we'd want. A destination pixel buffer. Okay, maybe I just have to look at these. Yeah, I really don't want to compress. I mean, I'm really trying. The reason to compress was converting it to raw data gives you something that's guaranteed to just be a bunch of pixels in some sort of graphical format, in ping in our case, and no dependency on internal buffers and all that stuff. So converting it to the data isolated it, and then converting it back made it visible. But yeah, I think you're right. This create CG image may be the thing to do. Something like this: render image to buffer. Now, where do I get this CV image buffer? Abstract type, core video pixel buffers. Okay. See, okay, here we are. Yeah, we were here yesterday. Golly. Create with bytes. I mean, this, let's see this thing. Image buffer holding pixels in main memory. Cherry frames can make use of core video pixel buffers. Core pixel buffer create. I don't need bytes. IO surface. I don't know what that is. I mean, this sounds create width and height. Okay, hopefully I can get that. Pixel format type. I don't know. Pixel buffer attributes. I don't know. And then pixel buffer out is a CV pixel buffer. Okay, so that's, you're passing basically a pointer to CV pixel buffer. I don't know where we CV pixel buffer. I mean, this is that? We have a CM sample buffer. This is the problem with a platform that's been around a while like this. You know, they've just got so many alternatives and layers, and makes it a challenge. Okay. Create a sample buffer with image buffer is a CV image buffer. Now is that CM sample buffer? No, it's its own thing. Okay. Okay, so we're getting a pointer back. I don't know how you release these. CM sample buffer create for image buffer. CV image buffer. Oh. I mean, is that... Did output a buffer from a connection. Okay, let me just tweak this a little. Capture output. We get the output. I'm going to start deleting some of these as we go. If you import video toolbox, you can create VT create CG image from CV pixel buffer. Golly, I got. Oh, CV image. Oh, okay. So we do have a CV image. That's good. Video toolbox. I guess I need to put Swiftlint, turn that back on, or import that here. Set it up here. Video toolbox. Okay. Okay, so from a CV pixel buffer, let's see what we can do. VT create CG image from pixel buffer. Image out. The pixel buffer is CM non-null. This is a little annoying. Okay. Let's go up in there and see what he's... Okay, not a lot. Create image from CV pixel buffer. Creates a CG image to be used as the source data. But does it copy it? Yeah, the pixel buffer may be retained for the lifetime. So I don't think that's going to help us. Other than releasing changes to CV pixel. Okay, we're not changing it. Yeah, it's gonna keep access it. Yeah. Well, I don't know that it implies it's copying it. It's more converting from image types, you know? I mean, it's not I'm not seeing any copying in there, I guess. So I'm gonna move along. Oh. Shuffling through these variations. Okay, we have a CV image buffer. Let's see what that is. CV image buffer. Can we create a new CV image buffer? CV buffer. That's the abstract type. So somebody's got a concrete type. Ugh. Oh, so frustrating. Okay. Image up parameter can take an unsafe mutable pointer. Yeah, so I mean, I think it's going to give us a CG image. It seems like we'd have to do a little management with an unsafe pointer, but yeah, what I'd really like to do is be able to copy this image buffer into my own image buffer, and then maybe I don't even need, I don't know, can UI image build off of those? I know we looked at this a little yesterday. Get down to his constructors. Okay. Image literals. What's this one? Oh, I don't know what an image resource is. Okay, not much there. init from data, init from CG image, init from CI image. Now, CI is core image, CG is core graphics. I don't know which one's lower. But I don't have one that takes a CV buffer or whatever that was. CV image buffer. Yeah. Okay, let's. I don't know. We kind of touched on this. Convert CV image buffer to UI image. I think that we looked at this one. I think. Maybe not. They use CI image. Okay. BGRA. Convert to a CI image. Okay, that's kind of what we worked our way through. You can image init with CI. Okay, I think that's the equivalent of what we're doing is UI image takes a CI image. Okay. Kelly. All right, is there anything? Well, okay, we got result image. Can UI image export something? Getting buried here. UI image. Okay, find ping data. Ping data and JPEG data. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't think. I mean, I'd be surprised if JPEG data is faster. Okay. Let's try it just to see how it goes. I'll say 85% because I don't really care that much. You know, we're mutilating the data once we get it, so I don't think it's risky in that sense. I just suspect it won't run. Whoops. Oh. I'll leave it the name for a minute here. But when you look at them at an angle, tablets really pick up a lot of fingerprints. Okay. All right, so stuff's rolling. Well, I think it's a little better. It's still a little jerky. But maybe it's enough better to move on. Yeah, I think Okay. I wish I had seen something. I don't know. I mean, my suspicion is the right way is probably if we implemented our own buffer, that's probably the best way. I think this is an acceptable change. So we convert camera data to JPEG to isolate it from memory, from buffer memory, and use that to view. Yeah, I think it's noticeably smoother. I'm satisfied enough. And push. Okay. Now, I don't know if we're quite ready to move forward. Okay, I think this on change was helping us debug stuff, and I think that's fine to go away. All right. So I think where we are is we have something acceptable, and that's enough to move forward. It doesn't have to be perfect. Although I don't know how much the the cost on the CPU is or whatever, but we are gonna do all kinds of stuff to the image. So if it's not quite what we exactly right, it's not gonna be visible probably. Okay. All right. So my proposed next step then is let me clean up some stuff. Okay. I'm gonna get these prints out of here. I'm not sure what to do about this error text for now, but I'm not going to have the print. Okay, I got permission. That's been consistently true. Once we get to the real machine, report error nil. Okay, we're clearing it. Session is set up again. That's been pretty good. All right, so I'll do some. And I don't put in a lot of comments. I think this one deserves it. What we're doing is copy image to JPEG data so we don't retain buffer. Maybe video buffer. I'll just copy to JPEG data so we don't retain video buffer. Okay. And then this. I don't think, yeah, well, that one didn't work. Okay. And we got captured. Okay, this was older stuff. Okay. That we don't need. Okay. Update count. Well, I think we got rid of most of the prints. Let's see. I don't need update count. That was mostly to verify that it was actually updating, and it was freezing at one point, so it was important. But I'm going to take that out too. Should get some red bars telling me where to go. Here we go. Okay. And then down here, yeah, update count. Okay. Now, all right, let's run that. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, we notice the image is, I'm holding it vertically and yet it's sideways. My chair is not laying on its side. That's a consequence of the image thing. Okay, so yeah, that's good enough speed-wise. All right, so let's capture that. Commit that. All right, so we removed prints and update count. Okay. So if I hit commit and push, does it stage them? Stage only commit. Good. Okay. I wish this were a little one button thing or a 0 button thing, but I'll take it. All right. Okay. So I think we have something moderately interesting. We have a camera model, and it publishes an error and an image. I don't think we need, yeah, new text. Let's make this empty because we were getting no error detected all the time because it only prints it if it's not an empty string. Okay, so it'll be empty if it's nil. If new text is nil. No, we don't want an empty string. We just want this. All right, let's make sure that's true. Okay, so I think it's a nillable string, and we check it for being nil. So if somebody sets it to nil, it should go away. So it should start not being there. All right, and I've got image changed, but I don't have any text at the top. I have the image changed at the top. I don't have the no error found thing at the top anymore. So it is okay, but no, where image changed. Let's find that text. Image changed. Okay. Yeah. I'll take that out. Okay, so I think this is more what we want. If there's an error, show that. If there's no error, don't show anything. And then normally errors in camera images should be mutually exclusive. Or maybe you can have an error and a camera image, I guess. That could probably happen somehow. All right. So, all right. So we removed, don't show error message if there is none, and removed display of image info, text display. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, okay, we got to think about getting this thing into normal code, and I think this is close. All right, let's look at what we do otherwise. So let's go to our content view. Has the tabs, I think. Right? Yeah. I don't know if I have the energy to do the shapes, so I'm going to take this tab out anyway. But right now our experiment view is almost our camera view, so that's okay. If we go to photo kaleidoscope, like all this stuff, collide view. Well, photo selector gets image.source image. Right, it's got the image. I don't know, we're not very well set up. If source image, Okay, collide view with source image. Let's go see that guy. He does all the repeats. So can I do him off of what we have? Well, maybe that's the way to go is right. Let's see, let's get this class up. Photokaleidoscope somehow gets an image. Well, it's got this stuff. I think this class is doing too much then, in a sense. It knows its image. Let's see, where's that? Where's this? I have to refresh myself. Okay, so we say let's select a photo. It's a little button. Yeah. I don't know this part. All right, that feels like the actual kaleidoscope view. Maybe we don't need a rotated view. Maybe collide view is the view. Okay. I don't know. That doesn't bug me too much because photo selector is, if you're doing a static image, right, it's always going to have to be able to select a new image. So I don't know. I just want to put a little bit of border on it. I'm sorry, padding. Dot bottom 8. And we can see if this iPhone 15. I think there's no harm in running this here. Probably the hard way, but okay. Yeah, so I think I'm just putting a little extra padding on there. Let's do it this way. Where's my Kansas? Oh, I don't have a preview. Okay. That's a little better. It was right above down here. Okay. I guess I'll accept that. Extra tab, add padding. Okay. Stage hawk. So I guess the thing to do is let's make a view for this. Well, I don't know. How do I want to do this? Well, I mean, I really do think I don't want to try and test this with unit tests. It's just too much of an IO based thing. I don't know. The async stuff really makes it worse too. Although it's trying to, it's a simple object in one sense, right? Because if you ignore all this, which is really all specific to camera, right? The interface of this thing is I publish an error, I publish an image, and that feels like what we want. And the view can work with the image and show the stuff, and it's all good. So I think, I guess I'm gonna, I guess I want to critique this a little. I think we could improve this part. Session. I mean, this. I think I would say this is setting up input. Oh, so I need to rotate manually. So we do need to address that too. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, why aren't you extracting? Oh, because early return. That makes it messy. Okay, I guess I'll leave it. But that's something we should do. Do we care? I guess we kind of do. What was it called? It's not rotate. It's a transform. Grr. Flips from right to left. Image orientation. When UI image loads the photo shot in portrait orientation, it automatically applies a 90-degree. I'm not sure that's our experience here. Okay. That's all kind of a lot of work. I'm sure we did some rotation stuff. Maybe it's on image now. All right. To do is not. I don't even know what we did Yeah, I didn't put yesterday's stuff in. Okay, KAL 2309. Oops. We did put yesterday's stuff in. 2309. Is today 10? Today's 11. Okay. DUI image. Okay, so we did show image in camera. We converted image to ping to isolate it from the video buffers. Noted that the conversion was slow. Okay, and then today, okay, good thought, rotation effect. Okay. I don't think it's gonna make much difference. Okay, works on views. Yeah, we can see, I guess. We'll deal with it up there. Okay. So convert to ping isolates, but it's slow. Yes, we dealt with that. Don't capture, we didn't deal with. This one, I did bring the article up. So that one? No. Well, that one's not bad. It's kind of what we did. Yeah, this one is the article you found at the end of the day yesterday. I think they're taking a copy the buffer kind of approach. So that's probably still feasible. It does look a little, I don't know, flashing back to C programming, I guess, with the raw pointers. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, I guess I want to pull this class. I mean, it's doing stuff. You got to call start session. I think we're doing that in the constructor now. Yeah. Okay. I can see an argument for not doing it there, but I don't know. All right. I'm going to take this, just try to see if there's anything that we can abstract out a little bit. Okay. I mean, I think we've improved it substantially from its roots, but I don't know. Still gives me qualms. copied since they changed the format of the buffer data. This is camera model. Now, another change we could do is switch to the new model view stuff. I need some imports. I don't know that I need Swift UI for this. Okay. Oh, and I think we dropped that video toolbox stuff. Okay. Is there? It did appear. I don't know. We have. You can definitely detect on change. So I don't know if you're looking forward to the tab stuff for starting and stopping the camera, but we can detect when the tab changes. I don't think we're doing it that way, but you can. So, we have on appear and on disappear. Okay, that's good. I don't know if we. Yeah, I think you're right. That's probably a better place to be doing that. Let me catch a note. I think the issue we're going to have though is the tab gets Swift UI creates all those views, and they're there the whole time. So even when I haven't selected the camera view or the experiment view, it's already created that view and it's already got the model set up with the thing running. So it really has started at that point. So I'm wondering if we detect the tab switches and that's when we start and stop. But yeah, I think we'll want to do that because there's no reason to run the camera capture while you're just doing photos. And I don't even know if maybe it may be like the camera, maybe this is a camera app and we don't even worry about photos. I don't know. All right. So we've moved camera model to its own thing. I don't know what that's saying. Okay. I don't think I need the word kaleidoscope in there. Camera Q. Okay. And I guess we added this because something wanted it. Okay. Commit this. It's a new one, delete it from there. Okay. That thing, good. Yeah, all right. So we have a camera view. Gosh. All right, I think the time has come for a little organization here. The app, the content view, I don't mind leaving those up top. Pi, so this stuff is really, whoops. Let's make a new folder. New group. All right. So some of this is kaleidoscope, and some of this is it's about photos, and some of it's about camera. So let's at least pull those out. Okay, and so photo selector and photo kaleidoscope are part of photo. And then camera model is part of camera. And experiment view is its own thing. Now I'm going to put them in the order that they're there. And then I think these are all about kaleidoscope itself, being a kaleidoscope. I could say common, but I think I'll do that and take these up there. Okay, let's do a build. We'll do a clean build. Okay. Well, we can't do our rotation anymore, but we can get one view. Okay. I don't know if I physically rotate it, if it'll change the view. No. Okay. All right. Let's run the unit tests. Okay. So we basically do groups, detail those, commit, push. All right. Okay. I don't know. Now the experiment view, let's get this. And that's our view that took us to the camera. That's fine. We need a new view that's more the camera view, I guess. And it's going to look a lot like photo kaleidoscope. I don't know if I can paste that. No. Okay. New file. Okay. Well, it's going to be somewhat like this. And this part's kind of the same. Did I leave out 2? I think that's saying I left out 3. Okay. And we need source image and angle in this one. I don't think we need an angle here, so let's just take source image. Okay, now geometry reader VStack. Where's the if? Okay, we're going to say source image is going to exist. Well, no, I guess that's probably correct. This needs to be different. It's more like experiment view. We'll need our own state object for the camera model. Okay, and if camera.image, we're going to take out let's do that. I'm going to take out rotated view. I don't know what that's saying. Okay. Camera model gives us a UI image. Okay. I think I want to say if camera.image not equal nil. I think that's what we did over here, right? Yeah. Okay. If there is one, then we're going to say image of camera.image. And if image, camera image, count mirrors. Did this thing have the mirror count? It did. Okay, we know it's there because we just tested it for nil. I think this offset, I don't think we need any of this. We'll just comment it for now. All right. And then this, no image selected, fine. We'll live with that for now. Reference requires explicit self. Okay, cool. Reference to property camera. Okay. All right. Is that, oh, I didn't call it. Oh, I'm still got something messed up. Cannot be satisfied by non-class. Uses self in a non-parameter, non-result type position. View cannot be. I don't know what that means. I guess I can take this out just to see what's going on better. All right. And then I'm going to take this out too. All right, what's going on here? Oh, struct. All right. Yeah, I think the rotation is going to come from whatever the camera's looking at. Normally rotate so we get some movement across the picture as we do, but I think in this case you'll guide the camera, and so no need for the rotation or the angle. Yeah, rotation just gives us different. I mean, it'll still work. You're still rotating, but it's going to physically rotate the camera, I think, if it all works the way I think. Okay, hope that's good. All right, now content view should call not text camera, but camera kaleidoscope. Okay. Let's see what we're doing. Well, that's not going to help much, is it? Okay, we don't have an error message yet. All right. Let's turn back to the tablet. Now, if this is right, we'll see some kaleidoscope images and not crash. Again, we got that slow startup. All right. I'm going to the camera one. That's in the middle. Okay, I think that's my room. How do I tell? That's the floor. That's the couch. Well, it's certainly changing the images. I guess I'll see my shoulder. Oh, we got this. That's the picture on the wall. I don't know if I'm quite targeting it. I think maybe we could do the 90-degree thing and see. I mean, it's very kaleidoscopic, I guess. What? That's me. My shirt. Probably my head. I don't. All right, woohoo! Yeah, I'm very happy with that. So I think we probably should try and rotate the image. We can do that pretty easily, right? Camera kaleidoscope, image. What did you say? Rotation effect. I'm going to say angle, what was it, dot degrees minus 90. No. No angle. Resizable first, I guess. Okay, let's try again. I don't know that it matters. Well, I don't think it matters when you got 10, well, I'm calling it mirrors, but 10 slices. But if you only had 3, you might be able to tell that you weren't looking at what you thought you were. I don't think it'll hurt anything. Okay. So camera. I mean, I can't tell the difference using it. I don't know if I'm quite sure. That's looking. There's a flowered picture on my wall there, and then blank wall. Interesting. It's not as blank as I'm thinking. Stuff on my desk. Okay, that's a magazine. Oh, you can almost see some letters. Oh, that's some text. Yeah, I mean it's all right. You can't see, you can't recognize anything really. I guess the little bit of writing. Try and make this visible. Even the floor looks pretty cool though. um, yeah, I don't know where that yellow's coming from. Could be across the room. All right. Well, some part is right side up. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. um, yeah, does it matter? I don't think it does. I don't think it does. Let's run it with the trying to look at this magazine again. Where is the camera? Oh, it's on the far right. Okay. Okay, that's that. This is that magazine cover. I don't know if I can well, it's a no, it's pretty abstract shapes on it. I don't know. I got others. Put my hand in front. Yeah, I can't. You can't see them from where you are. I guess I can do it like this. I mean, that's a magazine cover. If I move it around, I'm getting. It's got nice pastels. Very nice little shades. I don't know if it's visible, but um, all right. Well, this is a milestone. Okay. My goodness, we had some pain in the last couple of days to get there. All right. Tell you what, let's take a break. I think we still have things to do. We should really put out some sort of error message about the camera not working if the camera doesn't work. We put that error text in there for a reason. And we don't need, oh, we do need this, but we don't need that. Okay. But we have some cleanup things to do for sure. I don't think we're quite done. Although, yeah, I don't know quite where we're going next, but we have a bunch of things on our list to look at too. All right, so 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll come back. Yeah, the start stop. We really should tackle that. All right, see you in a few minutes. Welcome back. All right, let's see. So I think the first thing is let's address the chance that the camera doesn't work. We really would like a message there. So I think if it's we can actually imitate the other one, which I just closed. Okay, this one. What did they do? Foreground style gray font title. Yeah, I think that would probably be okay. So if self dot camera dot error is not nil, then let's show it. Text self dot camera dot error, and then this stuff. All right. I'm just going to take this version out, and we can use some spacing too. But I'm going to force the camera. I'm just going to manually force it. Is that the best way? I'm feeling bad that I can't substitute my camera in, but I don't think I have a good way. All right, so let's just muck with it a little. All right, so I don't know if I can force. Now my iPad sitting here for 5 minutes. It's a little warm. Coffee cups, yeah. I must have a way in settings to reset these things, right? Permissions. Photos, private access. Okay, I turned that off. And, yeah. And it crashed. I don't know. Or it went away. I assume it crashed. Okay, let's run it again. I may be revealing a different problem here. Let's see. Okay, no image selected. Let's look at the camera. No camera detected. Okay. Now it's, I don't know if you can see it. It's up in the corner in dark and in that gray. And that's actually accurate. Because I did turn off camera access for this app. Okay. Now we're not going back. Oh no, it does. Okay, so it does let me restart the camera. But the text, we went to some trouble in the other view. Oh, golly. This stuff. This is all to get some vertically centered text. Isn't that the default? Let's try an experiment. Okay. And I'm messing with Photo Kaleidoscope right now. So that should be on the first opening screen. Oh, it's not. Okay. Well. How's that? Well, this little bit, right? That feels like it can be its own little thing. I mean, it's centered message, something like that. Let's extract it. Now, I don't think, well, what'll happen? And we'll extract a method. Oh, it does. Okay. Let's say send, let's say message, and let's undo this. Yeah, I guess I'll inject it later. Okay, manually. So this is, I don't know if I want to say it's centered. I just want to say message. And the message here is no camera. No, what is it? It's no, oh my. Okay, it should return some view. Okay, no image selected. Okay. Well, I think this can be another struct. Message. It has it's got a body. If there's none, let's just do that. Okay. Constraints. Okay. All right. So now we're saying message. We don't need this. Okay. Body must be declared public because, sure. Okay. Let's run that. Message conform to view. I did not. Is that not supposed to be private? Should just like look the same. Okay, and it does. All right, but our camera one should be able to use that now. All right, let's pull this out. And Make a new one. I don't know, it's more of a view helper. I don't know. I think maybe I want to call this error message. Okay. These look better above. Where did your message go? Preview content. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little iffy. Okay, but we got error message. Hope I didn't lose it. Good. Error message. Okay. So run that. All right. So we're back to the look we had before. No error message or no image selected, and select a photo down here. Camera. Still doing camera things. All right. Good. All right, and then let's use that over in camera kaleidoscope. Yeah, we're going to use, I guess, just error message, self camera error. Text. All right. Can't get there fast enough. Okay, camera does its thing. Let me turn off the camera for this app, and let's run it again. Okay, yeah, so now I get no camera detected, as we hoped for. Okay. Well, that seems pretty good. Turn it back on so I don't drive myself crazy next time. All right. Now, the place I'm wondering. Well, I almost think this would be better turned around if I said if source image is nil, do the error message. else, and I'm going to drop the if let and just manually do it. Source image, it's going to want to bang. Yep. Okay, because we know it's not nil. No, we don't need this else. Okay. Should make no difference. It should, no image selected. Select a photo. All right. That's somebody's picture, but yeah, so that's fine. Okay, so we flipped sense of if test. Yeah, I think it's a good deal. All right, let's see how we're doing. Okay, well, I guess don't capture images when not on that tab. Okay, I think this article, I don't think we're using it. I guess we'll keep the reference, that article, and then let's take a look at this one again. But I think that just tells us, I think it was one of these. Same one, yeah. That's just documentation for sample buffer, and somewhere in there it says like you can't keep stuff around. Sample buffers. No. Now, somewhere in there it talked about the fact that you can't just hold on to a buffer and expect to keep it around forever. Okay. Don't capture. Do we need a button to start camera session? I guess. Yeah, more like a card toss. Right. I think something like, well, I'd like to activate. Yeah, I'd like when you click a tab, I want to activate the camera while it's on this tab, but not this tab. Okay, this tab should. Let's run this with our latest. So that tab should have a message like no camera detected. Yeah. Okay. Good. Alrighty. So let's look at the tabs. Now I'm gonna have to look at tab view, but there's a like an is selected or something like that. Tab view Apple. And that's the default. It selects the first one, but you can have selection binding selection value. Let's do that. I think we had that at one point and dropped it, but that's okay. Now I know I saw examples for that, but let's see this selection value. I think it's arbitrary. It doesn't care what kind of type we use for it. Okay. So let's make an enum. Active tab. Case photo camera experiment. If that's the right place to start. I'm not convinced it really is. Okay. That should be harmless. All right. Now this is tab view selection dollar active tab. And I think that works. I think it's a two-way thing. So if you change the tab, it's going to change the active tab. Okay, yeah, so let's see that. Where am I running to? Well, that's okay. All right, should still let us go through our tabs. Our experiment could use that too. All right, and then in content view, we can say tab view on, whoops, on change of active tab, do something. We'll just print it on the console just so we can see that it gets monitored. And yeah. Okay, so this should print when I click. Oh. Oh. Okay, it's not changing. Oh. Why? What's wrong with content? I don't know if this will change or not. Photo. Yeah, it's not changing. Okay, we're going to have an example, I guess. I feel like we're close. Oh, I need to mark my tab items. That's what it is. Where's that? I think I just had to put dot something on there on the tab item. Tag, yeah. And that goes below. Okay, or it doesn't. It goes on there somewhere. Tag dot photo. Is that going to be allowed? jpeg.camera. Surprised it doesn't want active camera dot. Oh, there we go. Hashable. I think I can just say it's hashable. Do I still have my own changes? Yeah, I think that may do something now. Yep. 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 Okay. So we've got tabs track their changes. Yeah. I get your message about 10 seconds late because of the way Twitch does their things. But yes, the tags was it. Okay. I guess we're saying track which tab we're on. All right. And that's probably worth capturing. Button to start and stop? We hope not. Okay. I don't have a good way to do this other than just do it here, I think. I mean, this is the place, if active tab, well, we're going to have to track our models somewhere. Let's take that back. Okay, so I think the issue is this camera kaleidoscope probably should be given the camera model, and this should be tracked up in a higher place. Yeah, I don't think I want the camera. I think we want the camera, sorry, we want the tab controlling the camera, not vice versa. Does that sound right? I mean, this view, right? Views are very little static things. They don't change once you make them. I mean, if he has to have the tab enum, right? He's knowing about other, all the possible other enum items and stuff. Doesn't seem like his business. So I think it's right for it to be told, but I think the way to do this is move this up. Was it at observed object? Yeah. Okay. So copy this, make this at observed object. Doesn't have to be private or camera of camera model. And then that should go up higher. I think content view. Yeah, I think we'll let him know that. Okay. Now this has to pass camera in. Yeah. Okay, so now we have access to the camera here, which is where we want it. All right, let's make sure this all is still good. Now, I'm not sure we've been careful enough about on our camera model. Like, we need to make very sure that oh, it does. Okay, so if the capture session is nil, we don't want to do anything about this. So where's that? So session, yeah. So here, if this thing failed, we don't want to execute it. So it's nullable up here. Yeah. Okay. So if they haven't got the camera yet, we want to ignore that stuff. Okay, but it will be created, so it'll exist once the initial tabs do. Okay. Yeah. So we move the model up to the content view. All right, and now we're positioned to do the change. So if active tab equals dot camera, then we're going to do one thing else. We're going to do something else. I'm not going to print it anymore. Okay. And what I'm going to do is camera dot start session and camera dot stop session. Okay. Well, this has been running a while. It's not too hot. Yeah, see, I don't think we have to because we already did. Here, if the session, oh, I don't think you have to. Let's check. I don't know what object this thing's on. AV capture session. Call blocks until completely stopped. I mean, we can check it. The problem, well, I guess it's okay. Yeah. So this would prevent some, I guess it would prevent some weird glitch where we said start running when it's already running. In principle, I don't think it'll happen. But we'll check it anyway. Is running. Okay. If not is running, then we'll start it. Similarly here, except if it is running. This is slightly annoying. Yeah, I suspect it doesn't care, but Okay. This is a bool optional. Do I do that? Okay. It's only, oh, without a type annotation. Cannot use optional chaining on non-optional value of bool. He's not happy about something. Interesting. I got two different messages. Optional type bool must be unwrapped to a value type bool. Oh, no. How about if self.capture session not equal nil and not self.capture session bang is running. He's still not happy. Maybe that's got to be on one line. Okay, so if we have a capture session and we're not running, then run. This one, if we have a capture session and capture session is running, then we can stop running. Okay. Now, that's good, but I think we don't want to do that there now. Okay, so before the initializer, when it set up all our screens, it would start the camera running and go. Now we're setting up the camera. We get access, we get permission, but we don't actually activate the session until we're on the tab. Okay, it's what I think we're accomplishing. All right, now, yeah, so let's run that. I think we'll have to go to the iPad. I don't think we're still printing on those tab changes. Okay, no camera detected, right. All right. Okay, so it's starting up, so it should set up access to the video camera and the output target for our image stuff. All right, no image selected. Let's do camera, and it should turn on and start capturing. Come on, there it goes. Yay! Okay, and then when I transfer back, okay, and then I'll have another delay as it starts up. No, maybe not much. All right, I'm going to see if we can, just for manual testing purposes, let's print camera dot is running. No, camera dot session. Oh, is that private? Let's make a variable for that for our own sort of observability purposes. Okay, so var is running a Boolean and it's going to be it's going to be return self.capture session not nil and self.capture session dot is running. Okay. Bang. Is running. And then let's see if that satisfies it. Okay. And then now this looks like exactly what we're doing up here, so let's use it. If is running, you can stop it, and if not is running, I'm liking this a lot. Not is running, then start it. Oh no. What? Oh, we don't do this one asynchronously because it blocks. Okay. And we'll run. Yeah. We're starting up. Okay, so theoretically the camera's not running. It's by the time we changed it, it's still not running. Interestingly, it should be true here. No? Oh, we only did it for this tab. Well, I'm not sure that's doing anything then. All right, that's doing the right thing. All right, what's going on here? Well, let's print before and after. I mean, start session takes a moment. So when you come in and it's not running, you'll say false. Stop session blocks, but then it stops it from running. Let's say before and after. I'm not sure that's going to help any though. If you come in, if you come into camera tab, it's going to say is running false because you haven't started it yet. So you start it, and then after it's going to say, well, I haven't had a chance to get fully started yet, so it's still false. Now when you switch to the other tab, by then it should be running, so the before should be true. Okay, so we should get some trues and some falses, more falses than you might guess because of the delay in starting a session, but I think that should be all right. I'm sure there's a way to configure my iPad to show up on a little window. All right, so we should get false, false. Okay, but now we should get a true because it has started up. True and false. Okay, good. All right. Just because we're doing such manual work, I just really do wanted to be a little extra careful to manually get some observability on that, at least momentarily. Okay. I think this is good. Okay, so we start camera session when only when on camera tab. Okay. Okay. That's cool. And this is all live camera stuff. Here and yesterday too. And Monday too. All right. I think we're ready to tackle something new. I'm just so thrilled this camera thing worked today. That's good. Haven't seen a lot of weird crashes or anything, so I think that's sort of saying we've got enough protection on what we're doing. So if allowed access, we report an error. We check the session before we do stuff. I mean, it creates it, but if we haven't created it yet, we don't do anything. And then this comes in standalone, so that's okay. I mean, we are doing async stuff on different queues, so that gives me pause always, but I think we're okay. All right. Well, next is this idea of a button to take the picture, which I think is great. So, all right. Looking at what else we have. Rotation at 0360 has a jump. I would kind of like to fix that in the next, few sessions. As you're rotating a static image, when you get right to zero, because it's walking its way through with those sine waves, it's all the way over here and it needs to go back over there, and they're not connected images, so it glitches a little. It's not unbearable, but it's noticeable to me anyway. 3D shapes, I'm going to skip that one. I don't want to spend another few weeks on this project, I guess. But yeah. And then repeated images, I do want to tackle that a little bit. I don't know. We had some stuff way early on. Let's see. Oh, it was in one of these papers. I think it was this one. But a real kaleidoscope doesn't show you one repeated shape like that. It shows you a bunch of them. Yeah, this stuff. So the mathematics of this are that this little chevron kind of shape, if you repeat it vertically or horizontally, if you basically just stripe your image with that, you will get the effect that you get when you look at a real kaleidoscope. You see the image on the bottom, and then the reflection, first level reflection, and then the second and third and fourth reflections of the reflections of the reflections kind of thing. And that's pretty cool. Now, notice this is only used, this only makes sense with the 60-degree angle. I guess it would work for an angle that was divisible into 60. So if it was a 30-degree angle, we could just repeat within them and be okay. But we have to get up to a 60-degree angle to do it. So I don't know, the mathematics of it, I'm sure there's some repeat for most things. I don't know if there's always a repeat. it would seem like not to me, because I don't know that you can even tile with any arbitrary angle, right? So, I mean, if they can add up to, if it's 15 or 30, they add up to 60, which tiles. If you're 90, you tile as squares. If you're 27, I don't know what happens, All right. But that's what we're going to do at some point. Okay, so I will do that before we leave I do want to do that before we leave the project, put it that way. All right. But now, button to take a picture. All right, I'm just imagining if you were to just touch the screen that we could take a picture, rather than having an explicit button. I don't know. Is that too arbitrary? We can make a little clicky sound probably. And if I really wanted to be fancy, I guess we could do an animation of a finger touch. And maybe we could, I guess to be fancy, right? You could touch and we could make a little snapshot of our image and show it moving over, down into the corner or something. That'd be cool. This could be a deal. Okay. Let's see. So I guess it's going to be up to each image how it wants to interpret that. Well, let's go to photo. It's probably easier to start there. All right. So you got this view. I mean, do we just add a gesture on it and we're good? Dot on tap. Brett, take a photo. Now you'd have to tap on the actual circle, but I don't think that's an issue. I think that's like the obvious place to tap. Okay, so I'll select a photo. All right, I've got it there. I'm going to tap. Take a photo. Take a photo. Rotate. Tap. Take a photo. Tap. Take a photo. Yeah, so that's my flowers picture. Okay, so that's definitely the mechanics. All right, now how do you capture a photo, an image? Oh, I don't know. We want to capture, well, we kind of want to capture the rotated view, right? I mean, do we have access to that? Let's see, Swift UI capture. What we call this, picture of image? No, picture of view. Yeah, that's probably a fair. How do we convert a view to an image? Okay, people snipping at each other. Okay, hacking with Swift. Yes. Image render is able to render any hierarchy into an image which can be shaved. So you can see we need to read image called ping data. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. Use the correct image scale for the device. Whoa. What's render? Okay, we got text. We got the rendered image is an image. So we're going to show the image, a share link, rendered image, and render of content, render view of text. Scale equals display scale. If UI image equals render image, rendered image equals image with UI image. Okay. Render image. It feels a little weird. Oh. You need to target iOS 15 below. They don't have a built-in view function. Okay, that's old. UI image right to photo album must add the key. Okay, yes. Create your view as a property. Okay. UI image right. I'm not sure what we're getting here. Snapshot. Okay. Built-in function, need to write one. Use UI hosting controller. Okay, I don't think we need that. All right, I lost my chat. Sorry. Oh, if you double the X step, reverse at 180, it would bounce back and forth. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that might work. Well, I think, we'll see how it feels, but I think at least what I have in mind is you'll touch, it'll create a little picture of the kaleidoscope view anyway, maybe with the white border around it. And then it'll animate that going into the corner. And I'm imagining the corner, well, maybe going to the last tab, and I'm imagining the last tab being something like a library or something like that. I don't think you'll, well, we'll have to see. I don't think you'll bump it too much. I mean, when I'm doing this, I don't think I'm bumping it accidentally very much. I might be a little, but if it animated and made a sound when it did it, I think I would recognize what was going on. Now, where it puts them, I don't quite know. Maybe that's this thing about the photo library. We can just directly copy them in there, and maybe we give you something to look at them by or not. I don't know. Okay, so, well, we're not going to finish in 7 minutes anyway, for sure. All right, so what's he say to do? All right, you can render any content you want and pull UI image out of it. You got to do some work to get the scale right. Okay, now here he's got render view. Now, what's... Okay, rendered image is the photo. System name photo. Well, that's the button, I guess, huh? One change of text, then call render, which produces rendered image. Okay. Feels a little funny. Yeah, that needs permissions too. Okay, so I guess the rendered image, I don't know, I feel like got to relate this to our code a little bit here. So we have this rotated view. I mean, it feels recursive, right? I'm gonna show this view, and on tap, I'm gonna take a picture of that view, okay, and replace the view with something. I don't know. Maybe it rotates with each angle. It replaces itself. It just feels funny. On appear, call render. Yeah. Okay. So I think render. All right. So I think, yeah, the order is it's going to appear, it's going to call render, which is going to create a render view, which makes a nice big text thing in a bubble. And that's going to become an image renderer. It's going to set the scale to match the system we're on. And then if we can make a UI image, if we can fetch the UI image from the renderer, then show that as the rendered image. Okay. And so that may change. I guess it starts off as photo. All right. And so it will, the first time through, it'll render this as text. Otherwise, we'll just have a little photo button there. Okay. And when they change the text, we call render again. So that updates this and does that. Okay. But what it's saying is we've got to get the content we want to show, which I guess it's an image anyway, kind of. I mean, it's a view. I guess it's a way to turn a view into an image and then show that. Okay. All right. Take a photo, did its thing. I think I'm going to stop here. Let's capture what we got to do, and then we'll pick up there in the on the morrow tomorrow. Okay. So the to do. We can, convert a Swift UI view to an image. All right. Take the picture. We want to click when picture taken, animate view moving to corner. And that could be pretty fancy, right? We could start with our whole view and then shrink it and move it at the same time. All those fancy iOS animations that I don't know how to do. All right. So I guess that means we'll look at that. We'll convert our view display, I guess rotated view display to a UI image. Okay. And then also we want to save to photo album, I guess, or local library. Photo album makes more sense because then they can share it and all that good stuff. Okay, and I think even if it just kind of shows it swooshing off to the side or the bottom corner or something, that'll suggest it. And then if you open your photos, you'll see it in there. So I think we're okay. All right. Well, I'm really thrilled to have this camera stuff working, and I'm glad we took the trouble to make it stop the camera when you switch off. It really is important to turn off those resources. Okay. All right. Well, we'll take a run at this tomorrow, 2 to 4:30 Eastern, 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. And thanks for joining today. Could be a circle around the kaleidoscope. Yeah, it could be something like that. Yeah, we'll figure something out. All right. Well, thanks again. Take care. Good night.